All right, so you know how we've all spent hours like agonizing over resumes, right?
Yeah.
Like crafting the perfect cover letter.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's that one little section that's just kind of like references available upon request.
Right.
It's like almost an afterthought.
Yeah, it seems like such a small thing.
But honestly, it can really make or break your chances
Oh, absolutely.
when it comes to like landing that dream job or scholarship or really anything where you need to make a killer impression.
It's true.
We're diving deep into references today,
I'm excited.
and we have some awesome insights to share from Jared Canise.
Oh, he's great.
He's the CEO of academicjobs.com
Mm-hmm.
and like a total pro when it comes to navigating the professional world.
Especially in academia, resumes and cover letters,
Yeah,
they tell a story, right?
they do.
But references,
Yeah,
they really bring that story to life.
totally. It's like having a friend vouch for you.
Exactly.
But it's not just about having someone say nice things.
Right.
There's an art to choosing the right references and like prepping them so they can really help you shine.
Absolutely. You want references who can speak to your specific strengths
Oh, for sure.
and accomplishments
Yeah.
in a way that's going to actually resonate with what the employer needs.
Okay, so let's talk about building that dream team of references.
Okay.
Who are the MVPs we should be reaching out to?
So, the most obvious answer is probably former bosses, right?
Yeah,
They can be really great references,
for sure.
but it's more about thinking who can best highlight the skills and qualities that are relevant for the opportunity you want.
I like that.
So let's say you're applying for a marketing role that needs someone creative.
Okay.
A former coworker who saw you come up with a brilliant campaign
Yeah,
could be a gold mine.
that's a great example.
Or like if you're applying for a research grant and need to show off your analytical skills,
Mm.
a professor who supervised your thesis could be perfect.
So it's not just a list of names.
No, it's
You're picking people for a reason.
Exactly. And while it's generally good to have recent references,
Okay.
people who've worked with you lately,
Right.
there are some exceptions. Like
Uh,
if you're applying to a company where you know someone,
Oh, yeah.
even if it was a while ago,
Mm,
that could be a really strong reference.
that makes sense.
Or a mentor who's been with you throughout your career.
Yeah.
Their perspective could be super valuable.
Okay, so we've got our short list of potential all-stars.
Right.
How do we actually approach them?
Well,
Like without making it weird or coming across as like presumptuous?
this is where a lot of people trip up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it's honestly pretty simple.
Okay.
Ask permission
Oh,
before you list anyone as a reference.
okay.
It might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people skip that step.
Really?
Imagine you're a hiring manager and you're excited about a candidate.
Yeah.
You call their reference,
Mhm.
they're like completely confused.
Oh, no.
Not a good look.
No, not at all.
It's about being respectful,
Definitely.
both to the reference
Yeah.
and the potential employer.
Plus, giving someone a heads up lets them prepare
Exactly.
so they can give you like a more thoughtful recommendation.
Right, it gives them time to gather their thoughts
Yeah.
and maybe look over your resume.
Makes a lot of sense.
It also lets them say no
Oh, that's a good point.
if they're not comfortable
Yeah.
or don't have the time.
Better to know that up front
sure.
than to have them feel pressured.
Exactly.
Okay, so permission granted.
Right.
How much notice should we give them?
The more, the better.
Oh, really?
Think about it from their perspective.
Okay.
They're busy.
Yeah,
Writing a good reference takes time.
I can imagine.
A few weeks' notice,
At least.
or even more,
Yeah.
shows that you value their time
Good point.
and you're being considerate.
Okay, now how do we actually ask?
Yeah.
Is there a magic formula for an email that gets a yes?
Well, no magic spell.
Okay.
But there are some things that can help.
Look.
And luckily, Jared's article has a great sample email.
Awesome.
We can break it down.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first,
Yeah.
the subject line,
Okay.
straight to the point.
I like it.
Reference, request, your name,
Mm-hmm.
position,
Ah.
applying for.
Clear, concise.
Yeah.
No confusion.
And the email itself is professional but friendly. It starts with a nice greeting,
Oh, well,
acknowledges their expertise,
Right.
and expresses gratitude.
makes sense.
And importantly, it doesn't just assume they'll say yes.
Oh, that's good.
It asks, would you feel comfortable being a reference for me?
I like that a lot.
It gives them an option to decline,
Right.
which actually makes them more likely to say yes.
Interesting.
You're respecting their autonomy,
That's smart.
and that goes a long way.
It really does.
It's all about finesse,
Okay, I like it.
psychological finesse.
Yeah.
It also reminds the reference what you worked on together.
Oh, yeah. especially if it's been a while.
Exactly.
Like jogging their memory.
Yeah, and it adds that personal touch.
Totally.
Showing that you value the time you spent together.
Right, like, hey, remember that awesome project? Yeah. Where we totally killed it.
Exactly.
You were so helpful.
It helps them paint a vivid picture of you.
Okay, so they said yes.
Great.
We're not done yet, though, right?
Oh, no.
It's not enough to just be like,
Right.
here's their name and number.
Exactly.
Good luck.
You got to prep them.
Okay, so context.
Yes.
Context is key.
What does that actually look like?
So think of it like this.
Okay.
You wouldn't send a friend into battle
Okay.
without a map
Yeah.
or a strategy.
Definitely not.
You want to give your references the tools they need
To win.
to be your advocate.
Love it.
So share your updated resume.
Oh, for sure.
Make sure they have the latest info.
Okay, but what about going beyond the resume?
Yes.
How do we make their recommendations stand out?
So this is where strategy comes in.
Okay.
Think about what the employer's looking for.
Are they emphasizing leadership,
Yeah.
teamwork,
Okay.
problem solving?
Got it.
Whatever it is, make sure your references know
Okay.
to highlight those things.
So if the company I'm applying to
Yeah.
values a specific software,
Right.
and I've used it,
Uh-huh.
I should tell my references that.
Yes, exactly.
So they can mention it.
It's all about connecting the dots,
I'm getting it.
helping them tell your story in a way that resonates.
Okay, so we know who to ask,
Mm-hmm.
how to ask,
Yep.
and how to prep them.
Right.
Is there anything else?
There is one more thing,
Okay.
the ethical side of references.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
We've talked a lot about strategy
Right.
and making a good impression,
Sure.
but we have to remember,
Yeah.
this is about real people
Absolutely.
and their reputations.
We can't forget that.
So be honest with your references.
Yeah.
Don't exaggerate your accomplishments.
Okay.
Don't ask them to lie.
Right. It's not worth it.
It's about building trust and maintaining those relationships.
Okay, so we've asked politely,
Right.
given them context, plenty of notice.
Mm-hmm.
What about afterward?
Yes, the follow-up.
Okay,
A thank you note goes a long way.
just a little appreciation.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Okay.
Just sincere.
I like it.
And if you get the job,
Oh, yeah.
let them know.
They'll be happy to hear it.
It closes the loop.
Nice.
And you can offer to return the favor someday.
That's a great point.
It's all about mutual support.
Okay, so to wrap up,
Yeah.
mastering references about respect,
Mm-hmm.
communication,
Great.
preparation, and a bit of strategy.
A little finesse.
Exactly.
It can really make a difference.
Awesome. Okay, so we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we
Like who to ask, how to ask,
Right.
how to prep them.
Yes.
But before we wrap this whole deep dive up,
Okay.
I'm curious,
Yeah.
what makes a reference really stand out?
Oh, that's a great question.
Like beyond just being positive.
Right.
What takes it to the next level?
So it's something I think about a lot,
Yeah.
especially in academia.
Okay.
We often see references as just like good or bad,
Yeah.
helpful or not.
Makes sense.
But there's a whole spectrum of quality there.
I see what you mean.
So if we're aiming for those amazing references,
Yeah.
what are we looking for?
What are those little things that make them memorable?
Think about references you've read before.
Okay.
Which ones really stuck with you?
Okay. Yeah.
I bet it was the ones that went beyond just listing skills.
Right.
They told a story.
I think so.
They showed the person's personality,
Oh, yeah.
their work ethic, like a little biography
Yeah.
with a good narrative.
It's those details, right?
Exactly.
The little things that make it come alive.
Like, instead of saying someone's a good team player,
Right.
the reference gives a specific example
Oh, I see.
of how they showed teamwork.
Yeah.
It's about showcasing those soft skills.
That makes sense.
And it goes both ways. The person giving the reference and the person requesting it.
We need to think about who can provide those insights,
Exactly.
and we need to guide them.
It's a collaboration, not just one-sided.
This has been so helpful.
It's a really important topic.
I feel like I understand references on a whole new level now.
Me too.
And remember,
Yeah.
whether you're asking for references or giving them,
Right.
do it with respect,
Yes.
integrity,
Definitely.
and really want to help that person succeed.
Those are the values that really matter.
And speaking of helping people succeed,
Oh, yeah.
Jared's website
academicjobs.com.
is a fantastic resource.
Especially for anyone in academia.
They have tons of advice
On CVs,
Yeah.
cover letters.
for higher education jobs
Exactly.
and a global listing of those jobs too.
It's worth checking out.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive on references.
That was fun.
We hope you found it helpful
I think it was really useful.
and maybe even a little bit entertaining.
A little bit.
Now go out there
Yes.
and conquer those reference requests
You got this.
with confidence.
Mhm.